Hello guys, this is a video response for mrdustinperrys. He's just put up a competition for reaching 100 subscribers. So first off, congratulations, it's quite a milestone. Basically what this competition is all about is he just wants to see a progression of something within our hobby, progression of skills, progression of modelling, progression of painting, something along those lines. So what I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to focus on green stuff work, because I feel that's something that has improved drastically since I started playing about with it. First off, what you've got here is an unfinished work in progress conversion. This Space Marine Scout bike has been converted to fit with my Catachan Jungle Fighters. This is one of a unit of 5 that you may have seen in previous videos. This is the Radio Man, as you can probably tell from the radio. But yeah, the green stuff work on this, very minimal. I think actually the only green stuff work on this guy is in here under his arm. To get that arm, see if we can get a better angle for you there. To get that arm to fit properly between his torso and the handlebar, the positioning basically meant that either I would have to shave off, the majority of the shoulder to get it to sit flush, or leave a gaping hole underneath in the armpit of the figure. So that was pretty much where I was to start with when I started messing about with green stuff, just filling gaps like that under his arm. And I've got to say, I didn't do a very good job of smoothing it out, but it does. Once the paint was on over the top, his skin. That was another sort of experiment that I did. I was trying to get like a much darker skin tone. Not an easy thing to do, and have it look good. But yeah, that's the first in the sort of series progression that I'm going to show. So to start with, really basic stuff like that. Next up, I guess, is something a little bit more extravagant. This was something I did. I can't actually remember exactly why, but I know that it was something that I was planning on contributing to, like a mass group project, which just didn't go ahead. So I still have it in my cabinet. And what this is a Terminator base that forms the base there. There's like a bottle cap underneath with green stuff over it to sort of blend it into this bell shape, and then these arrows that are laid down over the top. And if I turn it up this way, you can see that it's an 8-pointed star. They were just done by basically cutting paper to shape and then sticking it down with PVA glue before I painted it. But the reason for this bell mounting being built was because I had sculpted this face from green stuff. It was my first attempt at sculpting a face. Scale wise, let me just grab a Terminator, there we go. Just for scale, you can see that the face is much larger than the 40k scale and 28mm. But for a practice run, for a first attempt, practice, whatever, very happy with it, and as you can see, much more adventurous than patching armpits on guardsmen. So yeah, that's the next sort of step in the progression that I guess would be comparable to this guy you featured a couple of times. But the reason I'm featuring him in this video is because of his cape, the cloth work. was done out of green stuff. And again, as I mentioned in the previous video, for this, the freehand work on his chest being a centerpiece of the model, obviously the cape work is pretty much the whole model, apart from the extra bits that are excuse me, bolted on, basically. So yeah, again, the next level of sort of adventurousness, I suppose. I'm trying to take things to the next level, and yeah, I think I need more practice with capes and large cloth areas and things, but again, definite progression there, getting a bit brave with that. Now again, you've just seen this guy featured already, but this time it is for the smoke and the hair and the bandana. This guy started off as a regular guard head. Where the bandana is, the bandana was slightly smaller, and he had pretty much a shaved head. So yeah, what you can see there, all of the bandana was sort of gone over again and extended, and all of the hair that you can see, both up top and sticking out underneath the bottom there, that was all green stuffed, and the smoke as well. The smoke trail was green stuffed. So yeah, going from basic work to extensive work to sort of detail fine work with this guy. So yeah, very very happy with the results I got from this, and again, the progression that I was seeing even at this point was enough to inspire me to keep going, keep driving, keep improving, keep having a go at different things. So next up we've got this guy. Sorry if I'm offending anyone's eyes right now, but yeah, this was sort of a joke piece that was done, but it was I asked people to give me inspiration, I got it and followed it through. But yeah, the green stuff work on this guy, although not very extensive, was the first green stuff work I think that was done sort of with intent, I guess. Having a picture in my mind and thinking, yes, that's what I want, I will try and recreate that on the miniature. Whereas things like the face and the cape were just like, well, I'll have a go and see how it turns out. This was actually done with intent, along with the buzzsaw blade, circular saw blade on his shoulder there, and that was again done with intent. So yeah, I think that shows progression there as well. And finally, this is, I guess, a bit of a sneak peek as well. I'm not sure how well the camera's going to pick it up, or how close I can get with it being in focus, because I can't change the focus on this thing while it's recording. So I'm just going to freehand this, see if we can. Now, this is my latest project with green stuff, and as you can see, it's much more extensive and very much a work in progress. But this guide is basically 100% sculpt. Started off as a couple of paper clips and has been built up from there. The face, the head, has been featured previously, but yeah, I'm sculpting him a body, and as you can see, or maybe not, I guess the pieces that are sort of completed at the moment are his right leg and his back, as you can see there. Well, they're done basically. Very happy with the way the leg turned out. The support struts and the hinges and things all turned out really well, and this top piece as well, that's going to be out of focus, but yeah, this top piece is finished as well. Very happy with the way that turned out. Still a lot of work to do on tidying up and finishing off the breastplate, the shoulder pads. Obviously the crux terminatus is going to have to go on one of his shoulder pads, and his arms. So got a lot of work to do on the arms because he needs hands and whatever else. But yeah, this is where this guy is at the minute, and I think it was an incredibly ambitious project to take on to start with, and there's still a long way to go with this guy. But as far as the progression goes, I think this, over the last however long it's been, 6 months since I got my hands on some green stuff, and started off with simply patching gaping armpits on guardsmen. I think this is an incredible leap forwards, the progression, and I'm hoping to continue this. Once this guy's finished, I've got so much stuff that's kind of work in progress. I've got to get quite a lot of painting done, but I think in getting the painting done, it's going to give me a good break from doing the sculpting side of things, and then I can get back to that instead of burning out. But yeah, so there, I think that pretty much covers the progression of my work with green stuff, and yeah, so I'll end the video there, guys. So congratulations again to Mr. Dustin Perry, and thank you for running the competition.